This is what I ask. This is all I'm asking right now. This is and I'm hoping that you can answer this. You know, you the viewer can answer this. It's a very simple question that I'm about to ask you. Is what the fuck? What up, it's your boy Dvrth back at it again with another video, and today we're here with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stone Ocean episode 19. Last episode we ended the fight with Kinzu in Dragon's Dream, which that was bad. Like, that seemed really painful. There was a lot of body horror, like we talked about in the last video. There's a lot of body horror in these last couple episodes, and it's been fantastic. And in that last episode was no different, turning Kinzu into a spring made up of his bones and ligaments and muscles. Terrifying. But now we must focus. We must focus, my brothers, because we about to get this. About to get this bone. Nope. All homo if we talking about Ansui, but no homo. And now I think we're about to get into like the main mission, pretty much. So we're gonna hop into it. If you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, all the other stuff. If you're just a lurker, I appreciate you too. If you have any requests, whether it be more JoJo's Bizarre Adventure or some totally different best place than that in, is always my social media links going to be in the description below. And if you want these episodes early or the full length reaction to these episodes, you can subscribe to my Patreon. That's also in the description. We also have a Discord if you want to join that. So with all that being said, let me get my headphones, make sure they're on. Them bitches is on, and let's just get into it. How y'all get him to sit crisscross applesauce like that? Okay. Oh, look at the G pose. Shit. Jolene. My dog. He's still there. He that's her dad, nigga. That's her dad, nigga. And they playing the little, was this the part 3 music? That shit hard. That felt good. My dog, that's they got that bond, you feel me? They got that bond. Got that bond. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Even in that state, he still believes in her. Why? Because that's his daughter. You are the daughter of Jotaro Kujo Joestar Esquire, nigga. If anybody can do it, it's you. Trip her. You want to just catch? Yeah, you just want to catch her. That's God damn it, Ansui. I get it. Jolene's bad. I don't. Jesus Christ. My God. Yep. What the fuck? I'm taller than this. Was he a fucking plant? That's a good fucking question to ask. What the fuck in Junji Ito is this? What the oh my god. What the fuck? Getting closer to the bone does it to you, or what? What the fuck? You stay silent. This is just an effect of the bone. What the fuck? So touching it? Ah, shit. What has happened? I'm so... What? I haven't said... I'm not even saying anything. I'm in a state of shock right now. Stuff is transforming into plants. Huh. Oh shit, the sunlight! Oh shit. Shit, what the fuck? What the fuck? It's a Joestar. Shit. That's the bone. Yep, it's going through a gestation period. Yep. What the fuck? What did that say? Yaya Ma? Yo-yo Ma? What the fuck is going on? What? Oh shit. Yeah, you can't let him have it. You just can't. Let's get out of here. What the fuck? Grounded. Guccio. You got a family, Guccio? Slippers, ribs, 24 in total, whether a man or oh my god. A green child. What the fuck? I forget what it's called. Survivor? Actually, who has Survivor? What the fuck? What the fuck? I would have cried too. Oh. Oh my god. What the fuck? He turned into a necromorph. What the fuck?
問題はそろそろ刑務所側の誰かがこの懲罰棒の事態に気づく頃だということだ。むしろ好都合よ。ジョリー、そいつ。
What the fuck? What the fuck is that? I don't know what the fuck. Is that Shigechi? Is that Shigechi? His arm got ripped off and he's crying for his mom. Okay. What the fuck? What? No, what is happening this episode? That's definitely Shigechi. That is without a doubt Shigechi. Huh? What? 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 For a remote controlled stand, you play the part really well. What the fuck? What? Nigga, what is... What the fuck? 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 This is what I ask. This is all I'm asking right now. This is and I'm hoping that you can answer this. You know, you the viewer can answer this. It's a very simple question that I'm about to ask you. Is what the fuck? Can a nigga answer that? Anybody, please. What the fuck? What the fuck? Somebody. Is that it? That's it. I thought we was gonna get some. Okay. Oh, shit. Oh, motherfucker. I don't even care about the baby. I mean, like, I still care about the baby. Like, it's real important, and you know, all the other shit. You know, great. It's a literal baby. It's a green child. As we suspected, it went through some type. If it was going to be reborn, it was going to have to go through some gestation period, maturation period, as every human does. And it started off as a literal baby. Okay, sure, yeah, whatever. Yeah, sure. What the fuck was that episode? What I I I I just have never. I'm just so. I don't know. Is it presumption? Like is it me being a prisoner of the moment by saying I've just never been in a state of what the fuck in JoJo, like more in JoJo than this episode. Like this is the longest I like from like how long in like a couple minutes in, like only a couple minutes in from like since the 5 minute mark of this 22-minute episode, I have been in a constant state of what the fuck. We can talk about the baby. We can talk about the the whatever the fuck is going on with the trees and shit or whatever. Sure, we can get to that in a second. Can we talk about motherfucker? Can we talk about how incredibly well done this episode was? Like as confusing and as what the fuck this entire episode was. The horror of this episode was so well done. There's been very few moments in anime, even in JoJo, like as well as JoJo does horror, and as cool as the horror in JoJo can be, there's been very few moments that I've ever like genuinely been scared. Like, what the fuck, like not like a jump scare kind of thing, right? But like I just read a Junji Ito story and now I'm like that is scary to me, right? Very lit. Like I've very few times have I ever been scared while watching an anime. Very few times. There has been very few times, and I mean like I could count on my hands. On my hand. That episode was it right there. That made the cut. The horror in this episode was so well done. I mean, brah fucking vo. Brah fucking vo. That was incredible. And as a avid horror fan, as somebody who loves horror, somebody who champions every good horror movie, horror series, horror game, or whatever I find that's just really enjoyable. That is how you do it. That is how you do. We just came off of like complimenting the body horror in JoJo and stuff like that, and they just kicked it up. They cranked it up. Like we're like, oh yeah, when JoJo wants to crank the body horror up to 11, they sure can. Yeah. And they were like, yeah, but what if we cranked it up to 11,000? You ever thought about that? Anybody ever think about that? You want to do that too? What y'all think about it? Cause I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? That was incredible. That was genuinely scary. I mean, and it was mostly well done and scary because I always, like, me personally, I believe there's a bit of goofiness to things that are truly scary, right? What do I mean is that things that are truly scary reach into that uncanny valley type of horror, and those are the things that are truly scary. And when you reach into that bag, things can look goofy, right? Like just like staring at it or like overanalyzing it, things can look goofy, but there are a lot of things that that look goofy that are genuinely scary, right? It's that seeing something that that should make sense, but just like your mind can't make sense of it, like ghost and shit, like like werewolves or whatever, vampires, ghosts, zombies, whatever. That shit doesn't exactly reach that threshold of uncanny valley that you look for in a really good, in like really good horror, right? um it can be scary if you immerse yourself into it, or it can be scary from a standpoint of I don't want to be in that situation, but this type of shit is scary without you even being like, oh, what if I were in this? No, it just, your mind can't make sense of it. So there's always a sense of goofiness to horror to me, right? I know this is JoJo, but it's one of the reasons why when I first started watching Attack on Titan, the Titan still to this day, the Titans can be very scary to me, and it's not because they're menacing and like, I mean they are, but it's not because they're big hulking like monsters or it's because they look so fucking goofy, but they pose a threat. They look so fucking goofy, but they pose a threat. They're supposed to look like humans, but they look goofy as shit and they will kill you. That is scary to me. That is everything that reaches that threshold for me is where things get very terrifying. The tree people, that reached a Junji Ito level of fear that I wasn't expecting this episode. So when I saw it, I was like, oh shit, he's like a tree or some shit. I was like, okay, we better get a little bit of like, JoJo body horror. Okay, it had his like spines, stretching, and his body, atrophying and stuff like that. But when he turned around, it was such a shock to me to see. I genuinely did not know what I was in for when he turned around. I didn't know what I was about to see. I had no idea what I was about to see. But what I did see was such a shock to me. I can't even remember what it looked like. My mind immediately went into shock and was like, I'm purging everything that I just saw out of myself. I can't think of that anymore. I'm not even going to attempt to think. And it made it like it raised the uncanny valley, scary, goofy threshold or levels even more when it did the whole like tongue thing, the leto shit. Oh my god, which is goofy. But in reality, that shit is scary. Like, they did a great job. They did a fan-fucking-tastic job on that. I mean, just the art. Like, if we're just talking about art in general, like the creativity that has to go into drawing dying tree people or blooming tree people. There were so many layers to this horror, right? So it's what we just talked about, but like the art that went into drawing these tree people was so, it was detailed in a way that really sold it for me, right? Seeing like them budding, or the flowers on them budding, or in like the branches coming out of their mouth, but not only coming out of their mouth, but bringing their teeth out of their mouth as well. The art was incredible. But and it doesn't even stop there. Not only was the art incredible, but the voice acting. When the guy like was crawling up to the sun and stuff like that, and like talking like, oh, the sun feels so good, in this weird fucking voice, this weird like childish wanting their mom kind of voice. Oh, it was terrifying. It was terrifying because it wasn't immediately it wasn't like antagonistic. It wasn't antagonistic. Like to me at least, because different things scare different people. To me, things that I see and go, what the fuck? That's what scares me, right? Things that confuse me, scare me, right? Things that are like just straight up antagonistic to me don't scare me as much, because my body and mind is going into fight or flight mode, and it's going to usually pick fight. It's like, okay, well, that thing's antagonistic to me, what I gotta do is fight it. But when something like that rears its head and it looks like that, it's not attacking you, it's actually running away from you. It's not attacking you or anything like that, but it's crying to feel the sunlight, and it's like orgasmically expressing how much it loves the feeling of it and stuff like that, in this weird filtered voice and all this other shit. Even if my body as my body goes into fight or flight mode, it doesn't know which one to pick. Because what the fuck, what am I supposed to pick? What am I supposed to pick? Like, what? As I was saying, when all that culminates into what we just saw, what is my body supposed to pick? Because what I am seeing goes against everything, or at least most things that I have come to know. That is the height of fear for me. And not only that, but it, at the end of it, or like further on, we realize it's not even a stand. Or at least as far as we know, it's not the, like, as far as we know, or I don't even think, as far as we know, it's just not. It's not a stand. It's just something that is happening. Like, so now, not only does it just break what you know about the, it doesn't just break what you know about just life as the viewer, but it breaks what you know about the show. As far as we know, when weird shit happens, it's a stand. Oh shit, it's a weird stand. But this time it's like, no, it's not a stand. This is just happening. Oh nah, what the fuck? That's not supposed to happen, right? Like, all that just culminates into true terror to me, right? And as I said, different things scare different people, but that to me is the height of fear. Not to go back and talk about Attack on Titan too much on a JoJo video, but just as an example, there's a point of contention when it comes to the Attack on Titan sub versus dub, and it's not the voice actors, but the one thing that I see a lot of people harp on is the Titan roars, specifically Aaron's, right? Where a lot of people really like the Japanese roar, right? And a lot of people hate the dub roar. And I always tell people this, like, I always express this, that I am more afraid of the dub roar than the Japanese. I don't give that Titan could be in my fucking face. If you roar like that, I am not afraid. I'm just not. Like, here's my reasoning, right? And I swear it has something to do with what we were just talking about this episode, is that if I'm walking if I'm walking around wherever at night and I hear that roar, like that dub roar, or the Japanese roar, you know, it has this powerful, like, sounds like a huge grizzly bear, mountain lion kind of like normal roar that you would hear from anything that's that big, or that anything that you could think of that would be that big or anything like that. You know, that's, yeah, it would be like, oh shit. Like, my reaction to that would be like, oh shit, big ass animal, goddamn, goddamn, you know. But and if you have to, you know, go and look at or find the references for this, the Japanese roar and the English roar. But if I were to hear that English roar at night walking around, I'm not going to look around and go, oh shit, big ass animal. I'm going to duck for cover and go, what the I've never heard anything like that. And yeah, the English roar is kind of goofy. It is kind of goofy, and that's the that's how a lot of people, that's the problem that a lot of people have with it. But it is that goofiness that makes it so unique that I'm afraid of it. Imagine hearing imagine hearing something roar versus hearing something shriek. It's the reason why, like, hyenas are scared. Like, people find hyenas kind of creepy, you know, because they don't like growl, they don't bark or anything, they laugh. Is it comical? Is it a little comical that they laugh instead of you know, barking or roaring or anything like that? Yeah, but it's unsettling as fuck, and that's why that's why the English roar scares me more than the Japanese roar. That the Japanese roar is just, oh, that's just a normal roar that I've heard a million times from every big thing, like, not even monster, animals, monsters, pterodactyl. Like, that's just a normal roar. The screech is terrifying. So it's the same thing for this episode in the horror of the tree people person thing, right? It's a little goofy, but it's so goofy. It's such a fine mix of goofy and like unsettling or scary that it becomes so unsettling to all of your senses, because your senses don't know what to make of it. Your brain is constantly telling you, I don't know how to react to that because I've never seen that, you know. So the horror is done fantastic. I mean, this was top of the line horror right here. But the bone has turned to flesh, or what I'm going to assume is flesh, maybe. And it apparently has a thing where it turns people into trees or whatever. Or at least it turns people into trees, and when they get into the sun, you know, they fully turn into trees or whatever. Now, why does it do that? First of all, it's a Joestar. I think that was pretty obvious that it would be a Joestar, as we've talked about multiple times. But why does it do the whole tree thing? Now there's a couple theories that we could throw around. One of the things is that since it's Jonathan's body, technically it's Jonathan's body. The whole Hamon thing, you know how Jonathan was very in tune with Hamon, and we also know that, you know, Hamon was like light in her. Forgive me, it's been a very long time since I've even had to say the word Hamon, but as far as I remember, Hamon was like sunlight energy and shit like that, right? And if you use Hamon on certain things and shit, like it would it would like breathe life it could breathe life into certain things, and that's how it would like hurt Dio because he was undead. And if you use life against something that is basically death, you hurt it and stuff like that. So it could be that whatever made Jonathan so adept with Hamon and life energy, it could be something that was passed on to this baby, which is, once again, it's a Joestar. And that could be the reason for the whole tree people thing. It's just it's just completely bastardized and perverted now. And it also could be something with just the Joestar bloodline in general, as we've seen in like multiple, maybe multiple, specifically in like one of the OPs. There's Jonathan like kneeling down, and all the Joestars are like kind of connected by these vines and stuff. There's even Holly whose stand had like the look of, we never saw Holly stand. But when it was given like a vague when it was given like a vague like form, or like imagining, it looked like vines constricting her. Even Joseph's Hermit Purple looks like vines, right? So the Joestar family has had a very long, a very intimate relationship with the sun and life energy and stuff. Hell, Giorno's literal stand ability is to imbue life into things. And Giorno just so happened to be one of the very few people who are both Joestar and Brando. So make of that what you will. I'm sure there's probably like a way more comprehensive and smarter video on that by somebody else. But make of that what you will. But yeah, it could just be that. I personally just think that it has something to do with it being a Joestar, and having that relationship with like the life energy and stuff. But there's a bunch of reasons why it could be happening. But it is terrifying. It is terrifying. Now, once again, like kind of hitting on the horror of this episode one more time. I like what the fuck moment was the guy that has Survivor. He like I don't know what the fuck was going on. He was like, oh yeah, save me. And then Ansui was like, yeah, you're human, it's fine, you know, you got ribs, and you got you know, you're fine. Unless that was like Ansui using his stand or something like that. He was like using his stand on him, and that's why his ribs like collapsed the opposite way on whatever his name is, whatever that guy's name, DNG, I think his name was. Like collapsed, reverse collapsed on his arm, and like his spine, like his ribs and spine bit him. And then he turned into like a fucking necromorph. He was like moving like that was a huge what the fuck. Like I don't know. I could not figure out for the life of me what was happening at that point. I just couldn't. I just fucking couldn't. Lucky for him, DNG, I mean, he has a remote control stand. And as far as I know, those can't really, like, if you hurt it, you can't exactly hurt the user. Now, whether they know that or not, I don't know, but they're gonna try something. As far as I know, they're just getting away from the sun as they should. But they're gonna try something, and apparently it attacked FF. It ate the baby, and then it attacked FF or something to that effect. Like when you turn your back to it or something. I've said this before, but I actually mean it now. I mean, I meant it before, but like I'm like, this is one of the times that I like actually like I'm like for real, like I'm serious. I might have to go back and rewatch this episode because I genuinely feel like that entire episode I was in such a state of shock. Like I was taking in the information and I was like watching and reading the subtitles and all this other stuff, but I was in such a state of shock that I'm not sure if I fully grasped everything that was going on. So I may have to rewatch this episode because what the fuck? And I mean, what the fuck? I don't know, but that was an incredible. That may have been like one of my favorite episodes. This part, because that was incredible. That was genuinely incredible. Real quick. I know I said it during the episode, but I'll say it again. The stand, I don't know the name of the stand. I think it said Yaya Ma or something like that. Though I'm pretty sure, like if it's supposed to be Yo-Yo Ma. If I could go back and check, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be Yo-Yo Ma. Here, I'll go back and check real quick. Stand name Yaya Ma. Stand master DNG. It says Yaya Ma, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to say Yo-Yo Ma. As everybody knows, most stands, if not all stands, are like a song or artist reference. Yo-Yo Ma would make the most sense, unless stand name's actually just Yaya Ma, and for some reason that's a reach. But apparently or at least it sounds like that it's voiced by Shigechi, which makes it even weirder. The way that it was acting, it sounds exactly like Shigechi, and Shigechi was already weird, you know. RP to a real one, but Shigechi was already weird. To hear Yo-Yo Ma have Shigechi's voice and like saying all this weird shit and doing all this weird shit, it was like the what the fuck factor in this episode continued to just rise just every second, and he didn't make it any easier. He didn't make it any better. He actually made it a lot fucking worse. So now we're headed off. We still have to defeat Yo-Yo Ma. How we do that, I'm not sure. What exactly its ability is, I don't know. It seems to just eat shit, and I mean it was eating just random shit. Like it juiced a frog, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm still stun locked from this episode. I genuinely don't know what to say. That's just a crazy. Once again, we could talk about the baby and stuff like that, but I feel like we've talked at infinitum about like what the baby could possibly be, what the use could be. Even when we weren't sure that it was a baby and it was still just a bone, and it could have been anything. Like it, we talked about what the uses for it could be, and at this point in the show with this, after this episode, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't fucking know, because the what the fuck factor has thrown everything off for me. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know, because I don't know where the show's going anymore. Honestly, before I still wasn't sure where the show was going. I was not sure at all. But now, if I wasn't already confused, which I was already confused, I am stupid confused now. I have no idea what's going on. No clue. So, as I said, I'm going to probably rewatch this episode. Try my best to understand what the fuck is going on. And yeah, probably have nightmares. But this was an amazing episode. As crazy as it was, as bizarre as it was, this was an amazing episode. But yeah. If you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, all the other stuff. If you're just a lurker, I appreciate you too. If you have any requests, whether it be more JoJo's Bizarre Adventure or something totally different, the best place to send that in is always my social media. Link's gonna be in the description below. And if you want these episodes early, subscribe to my Patreon. We also have the full length reaction to the episodes on there as well. We also have a Discord if you want to join that. So with all that out the way, let me get my off button ready. It is. You all stay amazing, stay safe, and take care of yourselves. I need a break. Jesus.